Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 17th day of posting my post market analysis every day until I am tired. All right, so today was a good day because, of course, we made money, and I'm going to be putting you through how we made. I mean, not as much money as I genuinely wanted to, but money is money, profit is profit, right? And I'm going to, sorry, let me just, okay, I think I done. All right, so today I traded EU and I got trades of EU and gold. And I think the first one I got was, let me check, was gold, and it was a gold buy. And I'm going to be putting you through how I took it. I got the gold buy, but then I closed in little profit, $91 profit, $91 profit, and I wanted to do more genuinely because I thought it was going to, push up, but we didn't see that. So weekly says weekly key level basis says nothing that I can use. Daily too, nothing that I can hold on to except breakout, and that is not something I really consider. So, but what did I see on 4 hours that made me, try to, buy? So of course, 8 a.m. is the time that I start to trade. So I saw this zone, this H4 hour buy zone, right? And a key level. I used this as, was it here? No, I used this as my key level. I used this place as my key level, as my 4 hour key level. As much as it looks like it was slightly, I think it was little away from, okay, it was inside, yeah. I thought I was just little, um what's the name, it looks like he was not too much inside the zone. But I mean, this is like good, as long as it is inside the zone I want to use it. So I use that place as my key level. And why did I use it? Of course, there's no previous data, but then I see how price rejects each time it comes down to that. Can you see? There are good rejections, and I thought that it was a good level to use. So, um, moving on, I go down to 30 minutes. I think I was on 1 hour at first because, yeah. So my first, yeah, I was looking for an engulfing on 1 hour. So this is 8 p.m. and I saw this, and I saw this zone, this H4 buy zone, and I I saw this H1 TC that confirmed my zone, right? So the H4 candle, the previous H4 candle, told me that I can look for buys, and we can see that he bought, not as much as I wanted to, but then he bought. Do you understand? So H1, I took my trade from M30, that I am sure, but then H1 also gave me a zone to work with, and M30 gave me this engulfing field. So I see that market rejected this market pulled back into the engulfing field. Let me mark the engulfing field instead of the H1. So let's just use this. So this is where I am talking about. This is 8 a.m. So I know that from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. I want to look for buys on gold, right? And market gave me this candle, right? Let me zoom in a little more. So you see, this black candle is where markets pulled back into the zone and rejected. And it rejected a key level here. There's a key level here that was rejected. And what happens? I entered at the open of the next candle, and yes, market pulled up a little. Of course, I know that my trading window in this case is between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. So I know that by 11:30, I should be thinking of closing the trade, right? So and that is why I closed in a little profit. So I'm trying to actually learn how to do all this trailing stop loss and all of those things, like the best way that works for my strategy. I mean, I know of course how to impute it on my MT5 and all of those, but the process according to my strategy is what I am actually trying to find out myself. And when I get that, I would of course put it up here. So what did I see? Went up a little, went down at 11:30, pushed it up again, and I closed somewhere around 11:30. Yeah, at $91 profit, right? And we can see that because H4 has already told me that we should be bearish, we can see how much. See, and that's why I always just use my H4 to H4 candle. I mean, my window to trade is that H4 candle. Do you get at least that H4 candle? And we can see that after I rejected this place, it kept going down. Do you get? If I was holding to my 1:3 RR, I would have, of course, gotten stopped out and taken a loss. So it's better that I took tiny profits than a full loss. Do you understand? So this is the first trade I took, and after a while, I got a setup on EU, which I already closed, even though it's still running, but I already closed this particular position. I just want to see how well it went. Do you get? I already closed because I should close. So the first one was a loss, but the second one was a let me shift each and let me shift. I think this is one I should shift because this is the second one. All right, so how did I take the first trade? Of course, um daily says we should be looking for buys as we rejected this level, so we should be thinking buys for the day. And I think weekly is also bullish. Yeah, weekly is bullish because we rejected this place for buys. So I know that I should look for setups that align with that if I get one. So my first in the mornings, 7 a.m. I get to chat 8 a.m. basically. So 8 a.m. I didn't see anything that told me to buy, right? So I waited for the candle to close. So 11 a.m. after the 7 a.m. candle closed, I waited for the RK. I saw the RK rather, and then I entered 30 minutes looking for a buy opportunity. And this is where I see this engulfing, right? This, let me cancel all of this so you see what I'm saying. So I see this engulfing, this TC for buys. And when it pulled back, this didn't pull back, but this pulled back. And that was when I took my first trade. This pulled back and gave a rejection here. And there are other rejections to, focus on. But I will pick this space because it's, of course, the nearest to me. And that's why I entered here. I entered 1 p.m. And 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. is the order window. So I know that from 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. I should be looking for buys, right? And that is why after I got stopped out here, and it rejected again, I entered again. And this is where I entered. This is the second entry. This was a stop loss, which of course my risk is like 250 between 250 and $300 per trade. So I entered again here. After this candle gave me this RKL, after it gave me the RKL, I entered on the open. And actually, I waited for a little, and that is why my entry looks like it is not exactly on the open of the candle, right? So I waited for a little pullback into because I think this the week was too long, right? So I, try to, just wait for it to go a little lower. Do you understand? Before I entered. So this point exactly is where I entered, set my stop loss here, and aimed for 1:3. But remember, my trading window is what? Between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., right? Because that's the next 4 hour candle. Do you understand? So 3 p.m. came and I was just looking for means to close. Do you get? I was already good in profit. Do you understand? I was up in profit and I don't want to, I was worried that I don't want to give it away as much as I wanted it to, go this high. Do you get? I wish I waited for this. Genuinely, I wish I waited for it. But then I was already I'm still in drawdown, in fact, maybe 0 point something percent on the account, and I just want to, take some profit out of the market today. Do you get? And I don't want to, give this much profit because it has already done as at 11, no, as at 2:30. Yeah, already gave me actually 1:30. In fact, this is 2:30. This has to be 2:30. So as at 1:30, as at 2:30 rather, he already gave me 1:1. Do you understand? That means if I reach $250, I have already gotten my $250 back. Do you understand? So I didn't want to, give it back to the market, and that is why I took little above 1:1, and that is my risk on this trade was 250. No, two. I think 249. Yeah, 250 basically, and I closed at. So I'll show you all of this at 267. I have it like written here. So I closed at 267, which is good trade. So I made 90. I already took one $250 loss, and then now I made 267. That's like break even and a little profit. Do you understand? And then I already made $91 in the morning. Do you understand? So it only makes sense that if I'll probably not have waited for all of this genuinely because I like to just trade my 4 hour window. I don't want to put myself in trouble by not following my rules. Do you get? My 4 hour window states that I trade between the 4 hour candles. Do you get? Whatever the 4 hour RKL is saying is what I trade for. Do you get? That's what I trade in line with basically. So yeah, so that is it for today. 3 trades today, one loss and two profits. I mean, 1:1 in one, and of course, that one is just $91. It's not even 1:1 at all. But profit is profit. That's what I have come to, realize. So let me show you before I leave. The funded next. Do I have any other thing to say here? No, 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 no. So them the my substitutes. That's what we'll call them. In fact, I'll change them. My substitutes, my subs. I didn't really check them today, so I'll check them tonight after market close. I'll backtest them to see which one is going to But at the moment, I'm enjoying these three genuinely. BTC maybe not as much because it hasn't given me so much setup. It hasn't given me any setup this year. I mean, it's still day 7, but it hasn't given me so much this year. But I look forward to, I'm still going to have all of this here. And let's see which one can, be promoted to the A team. Right. So let me show you the funded next account. All right. So this is what the funded next account looks like. I am currently on, as you can see, I am currently on is day for transparency. This is it. I've only traded it for 2 days. I've taken 4 trades, and I remember that I told you I took one loss 2 days ago, and now I told you about 3 trades, which makes it 4 trades. And you can see that my return is 0.18, and my current balance is 99,820 after today's trade. So let me show you the trades that made it. So today, these are the 3 trades I took today. This is the first trade of about 3 days ago, and the first trade for today, the $91 profit on gold. Where's the name? Yeah, on gold buy. Then EU again. This is the 250, the 249 actually. I didn't even know why I set my SL to 249, but this is the 249 trade, and this is the 267 profit. You can see minus, minus, but then these are profits. So this is how we're currently doing, and yeah, that is basically it for the challenge at the moment. I'm still in 0.18% drawdown, and let's see how we can, let's see what tomorrow holds, and maybe before the end of the week we can get off drawdown and actually get into real business. All right, so thank you for joining today, and I mean, I genuinely don't care about my details because I mean it's a it's a play account. So I mean, and there's not so much in, you know. All right, so thank you for joining today, and I would see you tomorrow if I have trades or not. And can you see why I closed? Oh, EU is selling like real bad. I wish I can show you. But thank you very much for for joining today, and I will see you tomorrow if I get any trade, or the next time, and that is day 18. Thank you. Bye bye.